to a Microsoft Flight Simulator stream. Uh-oh, I got rid of what I want to keep up there. This is what we call Beyond ATC. What is called, I guess not what we call, because I don't call it anything special. It is called Beyond ATC, and that is what this video today is going to be all about. I don't do streams very often. But in this case, I decided that this would be a great opportunity to do a real flight with Beyond ATC and give my actual impressions on the software. I have, I'd say I think I have 5 to 6 flights so far done within Beyond ATC. Several different aircrafts, airliners. This is the first time I'm taking PC-12 out with this Beyond ATC. We are in the brand new, recently released, It Builds Milwaukee Airport. So that's kind of cool. So in this flight, again, we're using Beyond ATC, and I'll give my thoughts on the software as we continue going out here. Hello, hello, how are you doing today? Welcome to the flight. So SimBrief is saying we should be at 10,000, so I'm going to initially set that. We'll see what Beyond ATC says. Do that real quick. Okay, so I have the aircraft mostly set up at this point. It's simply going to be just starting up the power. So while we're getting ready to do that, we're going to jump into ATIS. ATIS 126.4. So you can go in here, tap this button, and then tune here. Or you can do it yourself, however, like in the aircraft. You can, in this aircraft, you do it up here. I have a Logitech radio panel. I also have my Stream Deck. I'm going to showcase this here, so we'll tap on that button. We'll
14520. Wind 085 and 8 visibility 10. Sea clouds 25,000. Temperature 13. 2.08. Altimeter 3004. Landing and departing runway 07 left, 07 right. Advise on initial contact, you have information Yankee.
Okay, so Yankee's what we're looking for. Now, in one of the other videos I posted, well, I guess I only have 2 videos for Beyond ATC, but on, I think it was the one that I have comparing the voices between SAYINTENTIONS and Beyond ATC. Someone said that the noise bothers them. You can turn that off in here, the UI noises, so you won't hear the boop boop. You won't hear the notifications that you're doing something. I keep it on. I don't know, it doesn't really bother me so much. I am using premium voices as well, and I did test out this yesterday because I was having all kinds of problems with Beyond ATC, and this works really good. Jeff Aviation, I watch a lot of his videos on YouTube, but you know, it basic interface does well. Premium characters with my 4 to 5 flights is down to 37 right now. I think you get 45 to start off with, so not too bad. Okay, so we have that. We're on clearance. Let's go ahead and get our clearance call. Was it Yankee, right? I'm pretty sure that's what I'm looking for. Let's see. So, Glenn Mitchell International. Good morning. SkyWest 510 would like to pick up its IFR to Whitman Regional in Oshkosh. We have information Yankee on board, and we are ready to copy.
SkyWest 510, Milwaukee clearance. Thanks for Yankee. Cleared to Whitman Airport. Radar vectors Badger VOR, then as filed. Maintain 5,000. Expect 10,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 135.87. Squawk 6066.
Alright, so I'm putting in right now, I'm using my Stream Deck, but I'm putting in the frequency for departure on COM 2. And I also have my squawk in there as well. Alright, so let's see, BAE, and then is filed. We're clear to Whitman Airport via the BAE, then as filed. Maintain 5,000. Departures on 135.87. Squawk 6066. SkyWest 510. Let me know if the audio is funky for y'all.
SkyWest 510, readback correct. Contact ground 129.05 when ready for start or taxi.
So 129.05. So, another thing that I think I What? I don't know if I watched the video. I can't remember. Anyways, someone was and I had made this comment too in my video, but that you have to respond to
SkyWest 510, read back correct. Contact ground 129.05 when ready for start or taxi.
129.05 SkyWest 510. That right there is what I was gonna say. Is you have to make the feedback when you change frequencies, just like in real life. Say intentions, you can just change it. You can also just change it here and avoid having to make that call. So, something I found out going forward. Okay, so we are ready to taxi. We don't need to really do push and start. We didn't have anything in ATIS saying you have to contact tower for push and start. So we're gonna go ahead and just start our engines. Okay. Engine's coming up. Now, I believe we are taxiing over here to... Which runway is this now? That's runway 7 right. I believe that's what we're going to. But we'll see. So we are on tower... Or sorry, ground frequency now. We are on the south apron. Oh, that's kind of cool. It tells you where you are. But we're on the ground frequency. So now we can request taxi. Mitchell ground. Good morning. SkyWest 510 is on the south apron de-icing. We are ready to taxi.
SkyWest 510, runway 7 right taxi via Alpha Tree.
Runway 7 right via Alpha 3, SkyWest 510. Okay, I'll bring up Navigraph too so we can see if this is correct. So, airport. This is beyond ATC, and yeah, it does respond much faster than SAYINTENTIONS. And the reasoning behind that is because SAYINTENTIONS is processing the information externally through the web. So it goes to SAYINTENTION servers or whatever server it goes to, processes all the information there, and then sends it back to you. Whereas beyond ATC is done locally, for the most part, and then which cuts back on that time frame. So it's most definitely going to be significantly faster. It's also partially programmed in there knowing what you're going to say next. So it just has to generate it really quickly behind the scenes. So they're two different kinds of software, and that's why it responds so much faster. Alpha 3, Alpha 3. Oh, that's perfect. Wow, okay. So we're going to hold short one Alpha 3. So, wow, okay, cool. So it has that on there. That's awesome. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and turn to the right. Hope we don't hit that guy. We're going to hold short there and make our departure. Got a southwest out in the distance. The traffic you're seeing is from just traffic. And I'm going to put in our departure airport, or sorry, arrival airport as well. I don't normally do this because it eats up FPS, but Oshkosh is a smaller airport. Alright, so flaps down to 15. Parking brake released. And yeah, we are going to hit that. So I'm going to swing to the left instead. We'll just do it. About 360. We're going to kill that dude, though. So once we get up to the air, we're airborne a little bit, I'll give my actual real thoughts on beyond ATC. I'm not going to compare it, but I am going to give you what I honestly think about the software. Seven right. Alright, 90 lights on. Holding short. And before I take off, I want to check something quick here, because when I did a flight before, I didn't actually have any of the information in there properly. Let's just make sure that's all good. it does some weird crap here. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this, and remove this, and then it should be direct there and then there. So now it should be all gravy. There we go. Okay. Last thing you want is to be doing this stuff in the middle of the sky. Are we on? What are we on here now? Taxi. Didn't say anything about giving us to tower, did it? Contact ground. We're taxiing. Yeah, it didn't tell us to contact tower. Does it want us to go all the way around? But then didn't have us hold short. Very interesting. Well, I'm gonna contact tower. Awesome. Tablet froze. Okay, well, let's do it on here then. Tower. Okay, so we're on tower now. Milwaukee Tower, good morning. Skywest 510, holding short, runway 7 right on Alpha 3, ready for departure. Let's see if I'll throw a curveball, see if he knows what I'm saying.
Skywest 510, Milwaukee Tower, wind 085 at 8, fly heading 080, runway 7 right, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 7 right, clear for takeoff, Skywest 510. Okay. So it knew what I said it with the Alpha 3, which is kind of cool. This was filed with SimBrief. This is filed with SimBrief. Get American taken off there. Alright, so conditioner full. And power coming up. Okay, on departure we'll hang a left. Good departure, or good takeoff. Gear going up. Readjusting trim. Okay, we're cleared for 5,000.
Skywest 510, contact Milwaukee departure. Have a good one.
135.87, Skywest 510. Alright, let's go ahead and tune in departure, 135.87. It says approach on there, which is interesting. Departure, good morning, Skywest 510. 1,900 climbing 5,000. Sink to the left.
Skywest 510, Milwaukee departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 1010,000, altimeter 3004.
Climb to 10,000, altimeter 3004, Skywest 510. Okay, so we're going to climb to 10,000 now. That's all good. Nav, AP, nav. Flaps going up. Check this little box, check this little box. Climb to 15. Okay. We're gonna go to heading next. Alright, heading selected. And we're rolling. Okay. Okay, so my real honest opinion on Beyond ATC. Hopefully this is not the first time you're seeing it. I do have a couple of videos, well I have 2 videos up on my channel right now. And there are probably hundreds of them on YouTube, so I do recommend you check that out before you listen to what I'm going to say, because it's best that you see it in action before you hear someone else, either praise or put negative comments about a software, which I'm not going to do.
SkyWest 510, turn left, heading 125.
Why would it go to 125? Left, heading 125, SkyWest 510. Okay, left 125. I'm going to go ahead and do what it says. I have no idea why we're going 125, but... They have us just completely do a 360 in the air. Similar to what SAYINTENTIONS does from time to time on approaches. So, I really love the UI. I think the UI is perfect for veterans or new people into flight sim. It is a perfect little UI. If there's one thing I say I wish they would add to it, I would like to see what we see as a user. I think that's a nice feature that SAYINTENTIONS offers that I believe Beyond ATC would also thrive at as well if they added that little feature. It's just nice to be able to see that. It's not necessary by any means, but it's just nice to see. I've gotten used to it with SAYINTENTIONS, and maybe that's why I think it'd be nice, but nevertheless, I think that'd be kind of cool. But other than that, the UI is, I think, perfect. I love this little area where it tells you what you're doing next. I love that these are accessible nice and easily. I love this information right here. This is kind of cool. I didn't know it told you exactly where you were with that de-icing one. That was kind of cool. And I love the shortcuts for what you can say. So, very cool. It's a very nice, clean, modern looking UI. The voices are fantastic. They're very natural sounding. There's nothing really robotic about them. I love the different types of voices.
SkyWest 510, turn left, heading 065.
Left 065, SkyWest 510. 065 now. I think one of the complaints I have with the voices is the static is a little aggressive. I think if they lowered that down by maybe 5-10%, it would be more ideal. But outside of that, like, the voices are fantastic, the premium ones at least, and the UI is fantastic. Okay, so that's very good. The basic voices aren't bad either. For being free, for being 30 bucks, and you have all the basic voices you'd like for life, fantastic idea, fantastic pricing. So I did one flight with just the basic voices, and they were fine. The premium voices obviously are better, but if you were tighter on funds, basic voices are just fine. What I feel a little let down with the taxiing. Glenn Mitchell, or sorry, is it Glenn Mitchell? Wherever the airport is, we just left. The Milwaukee airport. Where are we going? 065. Where is she taking us?
SkyWest 510, contact Chicago Center 125.1.
125.1, SkyWest 510. I don't know where she's taking us. 1251. Chicago Center, good morning. SkyWest 510, 7,500, climbing 10,000.
SkyWest 510, Chicago Center, roger. SkyWest 510, turn left, heading 295.
Maybe now we're going the right place. Left 295, SkyWest 510. Another thing I want to comment on real quick is the way it understands what you're saying is very good. Very good. You do have to say what it's expecting. But that's not a deal breaker, because just like in real life, it's listening, just like a real life, an ATC tower is going to be listening to the same kind of information, right? So I just contacted Chicago Center. It's looking for where I am, where I'm going to, or where I am currently. That's what Beyond ATC is also looking for. So if you're going to say something like, yo man, I'm at 8,000 feet, I'm going to somewhat climb maybe up to 50,000, it may not understand what you're saying, because you're adding in so many extra phrases. But it may, I don't know for sure. That's a good test, actually. What was I saying? I've lost my train of thought. I'm loading up my tablet here real quick. Like, locked up, and don't know why. Alright, let me set up that tablet too. So, runway 9 is our expected runway. And R now, gosh. So whatever funkiness it did during this flight already, loop-de-loop, I had that happen also in at least 2 or 3 of my other
Sky West
flights.
510, turn left, heading 265, vectors for Whitman Airport.
Left 265, Sky West 510. 265. And if I've looked through a Discord and people have talked about similar issues as well. So, and it's early access, so things like this are going to happen. But my honest thoughts. Okay, so UI is great, voices are great. I'm a little disappointed, is what I think I was going with. I'm a little disappointed with taxiing. I'm also a little disappointed with what we just had happen to us, that whole 360 thing. And why I say that is because Beyond ATC has tossed out a few different videos on their channel about how they've done the vectoring and how difficult it was. And I understand that 100%. But I didn't expect to have those kind of issues so frequently. And it's not like I've done little tiny remote airports. A couple of them have been regional small airports, but still some of the larger regional airports, and it was having problems with them. I did a flight last night. The taxi was wrong with the taxiways, but it got me.
Skywest 510 cleared direct Badger, resume own navigation.
Badger? Is that what they said? I think they said Badger. Cleared to BAE, Skywest 510. Badger.
Negative, cleared direct Badger.
Badger? Clear direct to Badger, Skywest 510. Badger. There's no R. I don't know. Anyways, that was interesting. I just didn't expect to have some of those issues so frequent. I was also disappointed with the taxiing. I said this in the one video I have up on the channel already, the full video with departing from Atlanta, or no, was it landing in Atlanta? Landing in Atlanta. They don't have Atlanta programmed. And Atlanta's a major U.S. airport, So I was quite disappointed in that as well. So it's so hard to really nitpick on the software though, because for $30 it is very impressive. $30 is really impressive for everything it does. The voice recognition, the voices you hear, the navigation ability, the UI, the fast development from the teams with the patches. There's been 2 patches already in the little over 24 hours has been out, and that's impressive as well. So I don't want to criticize the software at all. I really don't. It's a great piece of software. It's fantastic. I think it's going to be more beneficial for casual flight simmers. I think it's going to be more beneficial for the newer flight simmers. It is a massively upgraded version of the default flight sim It's a massively, I should say massive, it's a big update for the FS HUD and Pilot to ATC users. It's not on the same playing field as, say, as VATSIM, because they're two different products. But for people that are on VATSIM, if you depart from an airport that doesn't have ATC online, you can use Beyond ATC up until the point where you have ATC online with VATSIM. And that's a cool thing. I think it'd be fantastic for people like that. Now, VATSIMers who are hardcore VATSIMers may complain that it's not as realistic and whatnot, and that's fine. But at least it gives you some sort of ATC. Okay? I think for advanced flight sim users, I don't think it's going to be ideal for them. And I say that because while it does what it says it's going to do, it doesn't feel as realistic in terms of your tone of voice. Right? So if I ask it a unique question, it won't be able to respond to that. I have nothing off the top of my head, so I wonder if I can ask the weather. Let's try something here. Chicago Center, are you able to provide the weather in Whitman Regional? SkyWest 510.
SkyWest 510, request not understood.
No, see, it doesn't understand that, because again, they used the term in their video on the rail and off the rail. This is a beyond the rail. It's expecting certain responses, certain phrases. The intentions, you would be able to ask something similar to that. And I don't know, don't quote me on this one. I think if you asked the weather for an airport, it would provide you with that weather information. I feel it would. Don't know for sure. But that's just an example of things I feel that you can do a little bit more with, say, intentions and have more of a real conversation.
SkyWest 510, turn right, heading 345.
Right, 345, SkyWest 510. The other thing is eventually they're going to add in traffic. Okay, so their internal traffic injection.
SkyWest 510, contact Chicago Center tree 555.
See, I'm trying to have a conversation. You can't be interrupting me with all these radio frequencies. 133.55, SkyWest 510.
Negative, Chicago Center on tree 555.
135.55, SkyWest 510. Chicago Center, SkyWest 510. We're at 10,000.
SkyWest 510, Chicago Center, roger.
When the in-game traffic injection is there, it's going to obviously make it more immersive, because you'll hear other traffic. That's something I'm definitely missing right now. I've done many flights with SAYINTENTIONS, and just hearing, whether it's the candid voices or the multiplayer, is just really nice. It really makes you feel like you're in the air with other people. The multiplayer one is probably my favorite of all of them. And I say it because sometimes you'll hear people make unique responses to the AI, and that's always, it's really fun to hear that, and it gives you more of a realistic feeling. If you ever sat and listened to live ATC, you'll hear that sometimes. I remember when I was working on one of the videos, and I was listening to live ATC, and I was looking for clearance information, so I was dialing into larger airports. And one of the things was it was just hilarious, because it was a conversation between pilot and tower on why the airliner didn't provide the correct information to clearance. And the pilot's like, I have it here, but why did my airline do it? He's like, I don't know, your airline's dumb, you know. It was hilarious, and I feel that that's somewhat of a conversation, not exactly, but somewhat of a conversation you can have with, say, intentions. And then you could also talk to other pilots. So if you're on CTAF, you could talk to other people. Hey, I see you're over there flying over Oshkosh. How's that, you know, PC-12 you're flying? Oh, it's fantastic, it's great. That's really, really cool, and it adds to the immersiveness. If you want to do VFR flying, which beyond ATC is not, you can do it, it's not ideal for that right now. If you want to do VFR flying, just imagine you and your friend or a couple of friends, you're all flying in the sim, and you're using, in this case, SAYINTENTIONS to fly. You can all hear each other on the intercom. Yeah, sure, you can load up Discord or some other voice software, but it's not the same as being within a sim. And then let's say you're all going to start making an approach to a, you know, Chicago or something that has a tower. You can all hear yourselves making those calls to tower, and that is such a cool thing. So the multiplayer alone, I think, is a missing feature with Beyond ATC, and I don't see it's on their roadmap either, from my understanding. So I think that's where I'm going with when I'm saying like the advanced users. While I feel the advanced users will do better with not using the software so much. It'll be good in between the whole VATSIM stuff, but eventually the advanced simmers are gonna be like, it's too basic. It's too basic. It's not ideal. And not saying that SAYINTENTIONS is the better product to go to either, because SAYINTENTIONS has its own issues. The delay between calls is rather long. Yeah, it's gotten much better over time, but it's still long, right? I feel it's going to get shortened as time goes on, and that issue isn't going to be as pronounced as it currently is. I just feel overall that Beyond ATC is a fantastic piece of software that has some hiccups here and there, but it's not for everyone. FS HUD was not for everyone, or is not for everyone. Pilot ATC is not for everyone. Pilot ATC is actually for advanced hardcore simmers. Now, before Beyond ATC SAYINTENTIONS came out, Pilot to ATC, if you didn't want to go in VATSIM, was the way to go if you were a advanced simmer. Because of the complexity of that piece of software, you can do so much with it. And if you put the time and effort to set it all up, it is pretty phenomenal. So, ultimately what I'm saying is, I think Beyond ATC is a fantastic software. It does what it said it was going to do. There are some hiccups. It is software, so there's always going to be hiccups with it. It's obviously 100% worth the $30 if you use it. I fly a lot. I fly too much. Surprisingly, my wife has never complained about it, but I fly a lot. And I'm currently on a leave from work for health issues. And so I've been flying extra more than normally. So I'm flying 4 or so flights a day. You know, they're only hour-long flights typically, but so that's 4 hours of, well, add in taxi, that's 5 to 6 hours a day that I'm sitting here and flying in an aircraft. And the little bit of that I've been using with Beyond ATC, missing right now. I'm missing the talking. I'm missing the voices, right? And that's coming with the traffic ejection. I understand that. That's something I'm missing. But I really missed the multiplayer. I really missed the multiplayer. Let's see, not sure if Pilot ATC supports SimBrief yet, but it was surprising how much quieter it was, or quicker it was to set up a flight plan in Beyond ATC. Yeah, absolutely. The setup with Beyond ATC is freaking amazing. Freaking amazing. And, yeah, compared to Pilot ATC, it is freaking amazing. SAYINTENTIONS is just as quick. It's if you file a SimBrief plan, you're ready to go. And you can file a SimBrief plan in what, a minute and a half, if that, as long as you know what you're going to be doing. So yeah, the integration with SimBrief from both of the two AI softwares is pretty impressive. Nevertheless, very impressive. And I remember when I first booted up Beyond ATC.
SkyWest 510, turn left, heading tree 40, descend and maintain 5,000, altimeter tree 004, Whitman Airport landing, runway 9er.
Left 340, descend 5,000, altimeter 3004, landing runway 9, SkyWest 510. Why does it put the altimeter on there twice?
SkyWest 510, contact Milwaukee, approach 127.0, see you.
127.0, SkyWest 510. Alright, before I switch over to them, let me get this descent going. Get that going, pull the power back, 240, we're on 351. I don't know if we got to go that much, but we'll do it. It's a video. Let's see, 340, around there, right? Heading. Alright, and let's see here, and the way that GSX and the Phoenix already integrate with SimBrief super quick. Yeah, okay, so if you watch any of my other videos, I've recently gotten back into flying the A320 from Phoenix. Well, the A320 period. And I've gotten much better at it this last couple flights I've done, and which has gotten me really excited about it. But the integration with SimBrief is amazing as well. Man, like, I love that I could click on, 6-7 clicks within the aircraft, and you have everything brought over. Weights, fuel, navigation. It's fantastic, fantastic. I had GSX. I did disable it, not because I was having problems with it overall, but because it was killing FPS in certain areas. And I'm an FPS chaser, unfortunately. But I think eventually I'll add in GSX again. I just wasn't using it as much as I should have. And getting a stutter here. And with the killing FPS, I'm like, well, why do I have it installed if I'm not using it? I'm not using it to load passengers. I'm not using it to load fuel. I'm not using it to load cargo. You know, once in a while I do a video or want to get screenshots of that happening, but like, I don't use it enough, so I just uninstalled it. Yeah, this is the Pilatus from SWS, ThinWorks Studios, the PC-12, and so when it first launched, this plane definitely had some issues. It was hard to be straight on the approach. The update came out about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks, somewhere around there, and it did fix a lot of the issues with that. It's a little bit hard to chase. Not hard, a little extra to chase it, but it's so much better than what it was. So much better than what it was. So I do highly recommend it. If you are a fan of any other previous aircrafts, as I am with the Kodiak, you'll be impressed with what they've done with the PC-12. It's definitely a learning curve. It is no doubt a learning curve, and I've had a lot of learning with it. The one thing I can't, for the life of me, freaking figure out is this damn pusher. I forgot that button. Even before this flight, I watched some videos of how to do the pusher, and I still can't get the damn thing to work. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I need to, like, be in a live Discord with someone from their team teach me how to use the thing. Because I cannot figure it out. So, yeah. We're gonna see how this works with, oh shoot, I forgot this. Forgot to go over to Milwaukee. I mean, who am I talking to? Yeah, Milwaukee approach. Okay, let's see, Milwaukee approach, good morning, SkyWest 510, we're at 5,000 feet.
SkyWest 510, verify information, Oscar.
Have We have Oscar on board, Skywest 510.
Skywest 510, verify information, Oscar.
Oscar, information Oscar on board, Skywest 510.
Skywest 510, Milwaukee approach, altimeter tree 004. Expect a visual approach, runway 9er.
Visual runway 9, Skywest 510.
Skywest 510, turn right, heading tree 50. Descend and maintain 3,000 vectors for the approach.
Right 350 and 3000, Skywest 510. Okay, so 3000 now. Good. Okay. So far so good on this approach. So far so good. Runway 9. Okay, so on exit, runway 9. Probably exiting left. Yeah. Probably Bravo 3. Once we get
Skywest 510, turn right, heading tree 60. Descend and maintain 2,000.
right 360, descend 2000, Skywest 510. Once we get on the ground, then we'll check Navigraph to see if it was all correct. Should vector us pretty damn quickly here.
Terrain.
Pull up. You mean by the Kodiak? Oh yeah, Kodiak's so much fun. I have hundreds of hours into the Kodiak.
Terrain.
I know there's terrain. Alright, let's bring back that power. We're 5 nautical miles away from the airport, and here's our runway 9. So we should get vectors pretty quick to swing on over there. Winds are currently, they're bouncing around. Looks like there's gusts up to 10, but they're about 6.
Skywest 510, turn right, heading 075, descend and maintain 1,000.
Right 075, 1000, Skywest 510.
Skywest 510, airport is at your 2 o'clock 5 miles. Report the field in sight.
Fields in sight, Skywest 510.
Skywest 510, verify you have the field in sight.
Field in sight, Skywest 510.
Skywest 510, cleared visual approach, runway 9er.
Visual, runway 9, Skywest 510.
Skywest 510, contact Oshkosh Tower 118.5.
That's a lot of freaking changes right away. I'm just going to switch over to Oshkosh Tower. Oshkosh Tower, Skywest 510 on final runway 9.
SkyWest 510 Oshkosh Tower, wind 075 at 6. Runway 9 cleared to land.
Runway 9 cleared to land, SkyWest 510. Well, that was a lot going on there. Alright, gear coming down. We're a little high. Laps 30. The PC-12 has a really big nose down. Well, I think I have the Air Venture loaded in still for this airport. That's where all those planes are there. It's for the air show in Oshkosh. Which is very cool. If you've never been, oh man, it is so cool. I went for the first time last year. Fantastic experience. Scenery also is FPS killer, apparently. Alright.
SkyWest 510, vacate when able.
Vacate when able. Vacate when able, SkyWest 510. Alright, we're on Bravo 3. I forgot I had this installed still. I'm not sure where to go. I guess we're running over these people. The terminal's over there.
SkyWest 510, contact ground 132.3.
One 132.3 SkyWest 510. 1323. Oshkosh ground, SkyWest 510. We're on taxiway Bravo. Would like to taxi to parking.
SkyWest 510, welcome to Whitman Airport. No suitable gates for your aircraft exist at this airport according to your scenery data. Taxi at pilot's discretion.
Alright, so taxi to pilot at pilot's discretion, SkyWest 510. So as expected, I don't know if it's conflicting with the Oshkosh air show scenery I have, or if it just doesn't have Whitman at all programmed, which I wouldn't be surprised with. Whitman's it's a popular name of an airport, Oshkosh, but it's not like it's a big airport by any means. So I wasn't really expecting taxi instructions here. Couldn't they have told you where? Yeah, I know. Okay, I gotta catch up on the chat here really quick. That was just so much going on in that last couple of seconds, or the last, what, minute or so. Frequency changes and then on approach. Alright, let's see. Let's see. Listen to you that time on field. Yeah, I know. I had the same problem earlier on with a flight. I don't remember what it was. I kept saying the same thing over and over and over again and still wouldn't get it. And I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna click the button and have the system say it itself. You missed some of it. You got the best part there with the landing. That was questionable. I ran over a couple of people. Well, so what do you think? Should I do another flight? Should we do another flight? Let's power down this beast of a machine.
Warning, essential bus.
Turn this bad boy off. Let's do another flight. Let's do another flight. Let's see if we can figure out where. I'll do another short hop like this. All right, so that's going to do that when you leave the sim. Well, I guess you're still in the sim, but... All right, so we did that. Let's see, I want to do another short hop, so... Oh, this will be interesting. Actually, let's do this. I did this flight with SAYINTENTIONS a while ago, and it was really funky. Okay, so let's do this flight. This will be interesting. So we're going to depart here from Niagara Falls. I'm going to fly up to this little airport here, Toronto. And we're going to switch aircrafts. And who was it that... Wheel, yeah, West Wheel. You haven't gotten the Kodiak, so this will be a good opportunity. I'm just showcasing SWS today, aren't I? Livery, I like to use this guy here. Let's bring this one back up. Let's go back. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Do I have that set up right? No, when you go back, you have to do this again. Okay. Let's click this button here. Go there. Go into Toronto. Okay, let's get Sim Brief popped up. So go into Sim Brief. You can't see this on the screen, but I'm going to Sim Brief right now and just making the flight plan. In the Discord, someone has it so where you can not have the airline code when you load into Sim Brief. So if you're interested in that, check out the Beyond ATC and then, I don't know, type in like Sim Brief or something and it should pop up. Alright, Kodiak is the aircraft of choice. Generate the flights. Alright, so there's calling for 8,000. Cool, cool, cool. Oops. Alright, let's fly. Yeah, I don't, like I said earlier in the video, like I'm not comparing the two. I'm trying not to compare the two. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little slightly biased towards SAYINTENTIONS. I'm very amazed at that technology. It is truly something impressive. And I fly it so much. Now, if Beyond ATC came out first, maybe the tide would have changed, but I think eventually I would have jumped over to SAYINTENTIONS, as the AI itself is truly something impressive. It's full 100% AI, and that is neat. Beyond ATC has its goods though, and that's why I'm trying to do these flights, and that's why I'm doing a stream so you can see it live in action here. It's such a sorry. I'm looking at my video here for the chat is, and I'm seeing a plane moving. I'm like, I'm not moving. What's going on? And it's the video that's playing for me is behind drastically. So I was just confused what was going on. All right, let's go to fly.
Beyond ATC connected.
Yeah, so with Beyond ATC, it doesn't, like, okay, here we are. We're in sim. We have no, my complaint with the UI, I said I like the UI, and I really do. It's very user-friendly. It's very, very, very good. I prefer SAYINTENTIONS UI with the radio information on the top. It's here. You just have to go inside it and click it. No. Normally you click it. Okay, well, anyways, we'll see what's going to happen here. You would be able to click that, and it brings up all the frequencies. I wonder if I have to dial in. Let me see. Where are we at? Niagara Falls. Let's dial into... Get some avionics going first, I guess. Let's dial into 208, 1208.
828 left. Read back all hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information November.
November is what we need.
Niagara Falls Airport information November. 155 Tree Zulu. Wind tree 10 at 5. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 16. Dew point 04. Altimeter tree 006. Landing and departing runways 28 right, 28 left. Read back all hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information November.
Okay, so November is our information. Oh, click this button. Sorry, I don't know why I was clicking this. Hey, click this button to bring up the frequencies. I'm a doofus. I don't know. It's scripted is such a hard thing to say because that's what it's meant to be. You know, in fairness to what Beyond ATC said in their last video, that's what ATC is. It's scripted. So scripted is a I don't know. I don't think it's the right word to use. I like the on the rails, off the rails, in a technical term. What this software is very on the rails. If you ever played one of those on the rails shooter games, where the game moves you, you're just pointing at the screen. Remember the old arcades? Was it House of the Dead or something like that, where you're shooting with the little guns, shooting at the screen, but the computer moves you? That is what this is like. You're using your voice to talk to it, but it's expecting the same information back, or the right information back. So that's kind of how I see with that. I think FS HUD is much better, and SI is flexible and user-friendly. Yeah, I never used FS HUD. I was very interested in using it, but then when I heard about SAYINTENTIONS and Beyond ATC coming out, I was like, well, I'll wait. And eventually jumped on board with SAYINTENTIONS, as that was the first to launch. Yeah, SAYINTENTIONS, the Brian, the developer guy, the main guy there, he is the dude I don't think ever sleeps. The amount of updates that come out for SAYINTENTIONS is substantially amazing. I remember I just go to bed and you wake up and there's like 7 different updates that happen overnight. So it's very impressive the amount of updates that it does really get. Yeah, the Ziggy. Your videos, first off, if you've not watched any of Ziggy Air's videos, check them out. They're fantastic, fantastic. And I just got into the tour guides. I watched Brian's video he had, what was that, Friday or something? It was the first, what's it called? It's a very cool name. Up in the Air or something like that, or I can't remember what it's called, but he was talking about the tour guides and how people don't know about it, and I knew about it, but I just didn't know how cool it was, and oh man, it is such a cool thing. Okay, so here's something I thought was hilarious. I lived in a little tiny, you all know probably from the movie and the TV show, but I lived in a little tiny city called Fargo, North Dakota for about 2 decades. And the running joke there is there's nothing to do in Fargo. If you're a drunk or alcoholic, it's fantastic for you because there's so many bars. You know, like McDonald's wants to be on every street corner in the U.S. Well, there's a bar on every street corner in Fargo. And when I did a tour guide there just for kicks, and Janet, who I used, she made a comment like, I don't know why people live in Fargo. They don't even know why they live in Fargo. And I thought that was so true. It's so realistic. But most definitely use Janet. If you've never used Janet before for the voice tour guides and SAYINTENTIONS, check her out. Her Toby stories are fantastic. Fantastic. I'm going to do some more today just for fun because it's fantastic. Actually, I'll do a flight after this. I'll do a tour guide after this with SAYINTENTIONS because it's so cool. It is so damn cool. You want to do basic voices? Yeah, I can turn basic voices on for this flight, no problem. I like B8 so far. The biggest thing I don't like is that it links to your sim brief. It only works when you have the proper flight plan. Yeah, definitely. Plus everything you want to change flight plans, you turn off and restart. Yep. So a flight I did last night, beyond ATC just went crazy. It didn't give me frequency changes. It lost where I was. I had to restart the program. I selected that I was approaching, and then it figured out where I was at that point, and that was really cool. Yeah, definitely supposed to be scripted. Yeah, I did read about that. If the winds change, you can't change the runway, and I thought that was kind of stupid. And also, I don't know, can you request a runway? I know SAYINTENTIONS you can. You can just say, I want, runway 28 or something, and it will do it. Yeah, so Ziggy Air, FS HUD, yeah, the voices is what kind of got me too. I did watch a lot of videos, a lot of people flying with FS HUD, and the voices, yeah, no doubt, it's very robotic. You can definitely tell the difference between like Beyond ATC and SAYINTENTIONS, the realistic, natural tone of voice. And I love what SAYINTENTIONS has been doing with adding in ums and ha's and more real life feelings. I think that's kind of cool. Yeah, so I think the whole thing you said there, WTF, like I Beyond ATC, SAYINTENTIONS, FS HUD, to a certain point, are all fantastic tools to get you knowledgeable with ATC. And then if you want to one day jump on VATSIM and Pilot Edge, it just builds up your confidence in your tones. And I think that is huge. That is massive. You can hear the Fargo. So okay, there's a coworker I have that I work with, and he always says the same thing. He's like, I can hear your Fargo in your voice. I'm like, I don't have a Fargo accent. I was born in Chicago. We moved when I was young to North Dakota, and so I spent, like I said, about 2 decades living there, and recently moved back to the Chicago area. So it is kind of funny you say that. It is pretty good. Yeah, Janet is freaking amazing. I like I said, after this flight we'll do a Janet flight, just so you can all see it. It's awesome. Don't do that. I just bought that. Oh, okay, Wes, I see what you're saying. So yeah, and that's the whole scripted part. Is it grabs the information from SimBrief. That's something that SAYINTENTIONS is kind of starting to get away from. They want to get away from the dependency on SimBrief, which I think is going to be for the better. It's great to have, and it's great definitely for the beginning here, but the dependence on that is good and bad to have. Okay, so let's get going here. Let's get a flight rolling. So I need to get on clearance. 11925. I'm on clearance. I'm using my charts, my Navigraph charts. I don't have it on the screen because else it's going to take up more space and I can't see out the damn window here. Plus this flight sim is beautiful looking, right? So clearance, November information. We're going to Billy Bishop, Toronto City. Okay. Niagara Falls clearance. Good morning. SkyWest 510 would like to pick up its IFR to Billy Bishop, Toronto City. We have information November on board, and we're ready to copy. What's the flight? I think it's 8,000 for the cruise we're expecting.
SkyWest 510, Niagara clearance. Information November correct. Cleared to Toronto City Center Airport. Radar vectors Alamo, then as filed. Maintain 5,000. Expect 8,000 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 126.5. Squawk 6616.
8,000, 1265 for departure. Squawking 6616. I'm using my Stream Deck to pop in all this information. And I'm using my Honeycomb Bravo to enter in the altitudes. In this aircraft, I can do that with. The other aircraft, I couldn't. It's going to yell at me now because I'm waiting too long.
SkyWest 510 Niagara
I hate
clearance,
that. That's
information
a
November
gripe of
correct,
mine as well.
cleared to Toronto City Center Airport.
I didn't know SI could pick up
Radar vectors
where that
Alamo,
sim
then is
leaves
filed.
either.
Maintain 5,000, expect 8,000, 10 minutes
Like,
after
it made sense
departure.
you can start
Departure
SI
frequency
and then jump over to that sim, but I didn't know you can
126.5,
go from
6616.
that sim to SI. Alright, we're gonna talk to it because else it's gonna yell at me again. We're clear to Toronto City Airport via the OLAMO, then is filed. Maintain 5,000, expect 8,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure is on 126.5, squawk 6616. Let's see if it got that vector information, because I don't know what the hell I was saying.
Negative radar vectors Alamo, then is filed.
Olamo. Radar vectors Olamo. SkyWest 510.
SkyWest 510, readback correct. Contact ground 125.3 when ready for start or taxi.
125.3, SkyWest 510. 125.3. Beyond, let's see, pilot 2 ATC can manage to assign SIDS in a bit older, so hopefully beyond ATC. Yeah, I think as time goes on, beyond ATC and the SI are gonna improve drastically with their SIDS and stars. You know, they're early access and beta, so it's bound to happen. What are we doing? Ground frequency. Niagara ground, good morning. SkyWest 510. We're ready to taxi. Technically, we're not ready to taxi. We're ready for a push and start, but...
SkyWest 510, runway 28 right, taxi via Kilo Charlie. Hold short, runway 6.
28 right via Kilo Charlie. Hold short, runway 6, SkyWest 510.
Negative, clarify departure, runway 28 right.
Departure on runway 28 right, SkyWest 510. Overcooked this engine, I forgot to do a couple things. Okay. Okay, we're looking fine. I didn't want to overcook this engine because else I got to restart the aircraft or let it cool down. Okay. Whew. Got a lot going on. That's the thing when you add in ATC, like, the amount of workload picks up drastically. Let's see, if you have a IFR plan in SimBrief, you can grab it midair. Ah, yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty cool. We need X-Plane support. Yeah, whoever, I think Brian over at SAYINTENTIONS is cooking up something, because he's asking people for, that have X-Plane to contact him. Alright, we switch over to basic voices now. Someone requested we do that, so we'll do that one. Taxi is on. Let's see, did it get the correct taxi instructions is the next question. So what did it say? Kilo Charlie. Hold short 6. Well, kinda. I'll bring it up so y'all can see too, I suppose. That makes sense. I'm not just looking at it myself. Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna get Navigraph integration. Alright, so it said, so we're departing 28 right, or up there, we're right down here. It says Kilo Charlie. Kilo, right here. Okay, Charlie. Then Charlie swings over to Delta. Here's 6, so that's right. But after that, we need to go up to Delta. So it doesn't look like it has it all correct. I'm going to tell you what went wrong with my SAYINTENTIONS one mid-flight. I did this exact flight in SAYINTENTIONS. I was actually recording a video, attempting to record a video. and it all went to hell. I'm very glad I'm not using... I normally use a pilot's life for my flights. I absolutely love it. I'm glad I'm not using it right now because I would have bad scores. We got some taxiway signs on the, I don't know, taxiway. That's not good. But we're on Charlie. Now, someone did say that the signs are correct, but Navigraph might be, the Navigraph data is correct, but not in the sim, so we're going to see if that's the case as well. Niagara ground, SkyWest 510, holding short, runway 6.
SkyWest 510, cross runway 6 at Charlie. Continue taxi via Charlie, Delta. Hold short runway 28 left.
Cross runway 6 at Charlie, continue taxi via Charlie, Delta. Hold short 28 left, SkyWest 510. Ah, so it did correct. It is all correct. Ooh, that's cool. That is very cool. Niagara Falls is correct. I don't remember if SAYINTENTIONS had this correct. It was such a long time ago that I did this flight. I think the winds aren't too crazy because this Kodiak doesn't like the winds. So here's Delta. So I take back what I said. It is correct. That's really cool. Alright, now we're just taxiing down Delta here. Although, are we crossing runway here? No. What is this? What is this? What's going on here?
SkyWest 510, cross runway 28 left at Delta. Continue taxi via Delta.
Continue taxi via Delta, SkyWest 510. Well, I'm really
Negative.
confused.
Cross runway 28 left at Delta.
Cross 28 right, 28 left at Delta, SkyWest 510. Navigraph chart's outdated. Or the scenery's outdated. That's not on my chart. That's interesting. Wonder which one it is. Where are we at? Niagara Falls? Yeah. I think there's a freeware I have installed, so I got X's on the Navigraph chart. Sorry I'm not paying attention to chat right now. This plane wiggles a lot when you're taxiing, so I can't like look away from it too much. What's this now?
SkyWest 510, contact Niagara Tower 118.5.
118.5, SkyWest 510. 1185, 1185. And we're departing 28 right. Alright. Let's hold short here. Manual lights on. Let's see what chat's got going on here. I don't think they promised it, but it makes sense. Yeah, I agree. Now, from my understanding, Navigraph doesn't provide the taxi information for them. And that's what SAYINTENTIONS have been saying. It's like it's closed and locked down, so I don't think it's going to help too much with the taxiing. Oh, interesting. So you can do squawk changes, but you can't do them with beyond ATC. I know you can do them with SAYINTENTIONS. I found a bug where some hotkeys on the Stream Deck don't work if you have that window open. Really? Oh, which ones, Jay? Which ones? I'm curious. I use the Stream Deck all the time. Let's see. I saw the EasyJet Sim pilot talking about it. Mid-flight bat sim. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool, Wes. I see that. I see what you're talking to music about. Faulty plane wiggles a lot. You know, they might not have tightened all the bolts. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, shoot. I gotta talk to Towers about to take off. Niagara Tower, SkyWest 510. Whoop, actually negative. Cancel.
SkyWest 510. I didn't get that.
Yeah, I wasn't talking. I didn't change the frequency. Niagara Tower, good morning. SkyWest 510, holding short, 28 right, ready for departure.
SkyWest 510 Niagara Tower, wind 310 at 5, fly heading 280, runway 28 right, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 28 right, clear for takeoff, SkyWest 510. This is gonna be interesting too. Look at this, watch this. Watch the turn. Oh my god, we're gonna die! Okay. Let's see, gear going up. Throttle going up. Tis a bit breezy for the Kodiak today. It's only 9 knots. Oh, what, 6, 8 knots? That's nothing. Shouldn't be this big of a problem. Fly runway heading 280. Whoops. Alright, let's get the yaw damper on, because that will make the aircraft feel a little bit better. We'll swing back over to the left a little bit.
SkyWest 510, contact Buffalo departure. Take care.
Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and tap on 126.5, SkyWest 510. Go AP. We're going to go to heading mode. And we're going to go 1000 there. Okay, let the aircraft fly around. And we're going to switch over to approach 1, 2, 6, and 5. Buffalo departure, good morning, SkyWest 510. 1,800, climbing 5,000.
SkyWest 510, Buffalo departure. Radar contact. Climb and maintain 8,000. Altimeter 3006.
8,000, altimeter 3006, SkyWest 510.
SkyWest 510, turn right, heading 295.
Right 295, SkyWest 510. Okay. We're under control. The aircraft's in the air, we're flying. So, beyond ATC feels to me less natural. Feels like AI's guiding or correcting you. It doesn't feel real or authentic. Yeah, you know, yes and no. I see what you're saying, though. I do feel that. And I think that's the biggest differences between, I should say one of the biggest differences between SAYINTENTIONS and beyond ATC is you definitely feel it's like you can draw a line in the virtual skies, and that's what beyond ATC is doing. Whereas SAYINTENTIONS, there's no line. You are making that line as you fly. Hotkeys for custom views, no go. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I'm using the basic voices right now. Alright, so I'm hoping we're going to get a vector. changing where my chat is so I could actually see it better. Let's see. Previous ATC add-ons that I've used. These I don't get that. Yeah. You know, Beyond ATC sounds good. Like the voices sound good, basic, and the premium sound really, really good. Then go get a cup of tea. You're not lying. You are not lying. So what I've done with SAYINTENTIONS is I'll typically is it gonna give us like a turn heading? What I've been doing is I'll get ATIS, I'll then ask for clearance information, and then start setting up my plane. And by the time I get the plane set up, I'll get clearance information back. That's typically how I've been rolling with it. Yeah, like, okay, so yeah, the descriptive part definitely, Ziggy, like, obviously, yeah, it's looking for only certain things. And that's the very unfortunate part. And when we do this next flight with Janet, with SAYINTENTIONS, I think it's going to really show people that AI experience, because you'll be able to ask Janet questions, and I think that is so cool. Climbing so high there. What the hell's going on? I didn't miss an assignment, right? 295 is our last heading. Well, we'll keep flying. Let's see what it does.
SkyWest 510, clear direct Alamo. Resimo navigation.
Clear to Alamo, SkyWest 510. I forgot that it vectored us to...
Negative, clear direct Alamo.
I said that, didn't I? Clear direct to Alamo? Okay, well, I just can't talk. Alright, let's go and make our turn over on our own navigation. I completely forgot it. It was vectoring us to that. Alamo? Whoever named these places, like, what is wrong with y'all? Some of them were just crazy. I do love the themed ones. You know, like the whole Star Wars one, there's the Disney one. I love those ones. Chicago has things like Blackhawks and Bears and all that kind of jazz, so that's kind of cool. I love those. I'm sure this one has some sort of a meaning, I just don't know what it is. Alamo. Okay, so, my last time doing this exact flight, I was using SAYINTENTIONS. And SAYINTENTIONS, so somewhere around this point here, or maybe it was closer to, I can't remember, somewhere within this area, I was like, I'm gonna vector myself. So, because it said Mizumo navigation, so I was navigating myself. So I navigated myself, and I was gonna come around for the approach. And at that point, it lost its mind. It had me do a couple of 360s in the air, it had me contact center again, and it was sending me way out in the distance, and at that point I was like, okay, well, I gotta take control of this.
All aircraft be advised, information Oscar now current. Altimeter tree 006.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Do they actually do that announcement on the channels in real life? I doubt it. I've never heard it. Wouldn't be surprised, I guess. So yeah, so last time ATC SAYINTENTIONS lost its mind, trying to bring me in. I was able to get back onto approach, talk to them, they handed me over to Tower, and Tower gave me clearance like a minute before landing. Not even a minute, 30 seconds before landing. So, it eventually all somewhat worked as we went in, but it was a little sketchy. Okay, GPS is locked in. Yeah, Disney does. Florida, yeah, for sure. I don't. I think California has some areas too that have other Disney themed ones. I didn't think about that, Ziggy. If you're using premium voices, then you lose lots of characters because he's asking you to repeat. I didn't think about that. That kind of sucks. That does kind of suck. I lost a lot of characters. Not this one. This is on basic right now, but some other flights I had to repeat myself many, many times because it just didn't understand what I was saying. That's interesting. They should give you, well, I guess you get all these, what is it, 50,000 credits for free to start off with, so that's something. I do have it on basic right now, down to 34, and I've done, this is flight number, what, 7 or 8, somewhere around there, so that's not too bad. But the basic voices sound pretty good. I think they sound pretty decent. You know, for being free, it sounds pretty good. I think it sounds better than FS HUD. Realize it after 5 times. Yeah, so it should, I don't know if there's a way they can program it, but if you have to repeat, it shouldn't count against you. It shouldn't count against you. I understand it's processing that information, but I don't think it should count against you. So let me see. I'm trying to think of what we should do for the tour guide. Where should we fly? That would be interesting area. Maybe we can do around Seattle. Yeah, Boeing over there. You have the Redwoods or somewhere around there, right? Maybe that would be something cool. We can go on the East Coast somewhere up north and see if it has like history there. We could fly around Chicago area too. By the way, I am on the Sim Update 15 beta. So if you don't see any traffic in the sky, that is because not a whole lot of people are on Sim Update 15 like me. Does BATC only work on COM1? Do you have to detune the frequency that you're monitoring before you tune it to ATIS? That's a very good question. That's a very good question. Let's try it, see what happens. I'm gonna tune ATIS on COM2. 1336, and this is for Toronto.
Initial contact, you have information Foxtrot.
It has it, so it does work for both.
Toronto/City Center Airport information Foxtrot. 1600.
That's cool. Oh yeah, it does have both. That's neat. Let's see what we got going on. Hello, glad to be here. I tried Beyond ATC yesterday for the first time. It's a nice product that gives me visual approaches and doesn't respond if I ask for RNAV ILS. So, I don't think RNAV and ILSs are operational right now, because all I've gotten is visuals. So I don't know how that all works. I know SAYINTENTIONS was initially RNAVs, and now they're ILS as well. I don't know if they do visuals in SI. I guess I've never landed somewhere that was just a visual. I tried tuning it on COM2 last night. I think I got the MSFS ATC offering a different runway. How interesting. If that had been, is it showing it? No, like, watch. I'll do it again. So I hear, you can see COM 2 generating.
Advise on initial contact you have information Foxtrot.
So it's
Toronto/City Center Airport information Foxtrot. 1600 Zulu. Wind 280 at 5 visibility 9er. Sky condition clear. Temperature 17.
Yeah, so it's definitely beyond ATC pulling that information, because it does change the information here. If it was within the sim, in theory, it wouldn't be showing information with beyond ATC. So I'm pretty sure COM 2 does work. Pretty sure, not 100%. What are we expecting to land? Runway 8. Runway 8. I'm gonna cheat. I'm getting an ILS. So 2,000ers expected runway, or altitude of the approach. Frequency 11015. I'm using my logic check to dial that in. 11015. Alright, got that dialed in. We should be getting some information pretty quick here, right? I didn't change anything. We're still on approach. They didn't give me anyone else to change to. We are really close. What do you think's gonna happen? Should we do a poll? Should we do a poll? Why do we do a poll? Poll. Is it going to work? Alright, the poll's up. Is beyond ATC going to work? Is it going to vector me correctly? I did get RNAV, X into CT yesterday, probably because it was stormy. Okay. So RNAVs do work. But it defaults to visuals if it's clear, probably. I know we're really, really high. Are we gonna fly over the airport? I'm very curious what this is gonna do. While we're waiting for that, we should be landing 8, so let's set our approach. We're going to do a visual 8. Straight in. And I'm going to hold off and activating it for a couple more seconds here. Yeah, I think it does prefer visuals. I don't know if it's gonna work. Unless it's having me go... Well, we're on our own navigation, so... I was gonna say maybe it's gonna have us fly over and then... go left downwind, but... The airport is ground level, I believe. Yeah, 252, so that's pretty much ground level. We're 8,000 feet. We're a little high. Yeah, look at this. That's gorgeous. There's our runway. So we can nosedive, I suppose, to make it right now. Yeah, people, I don't, you know, when they had the Canada update, people really were disappointed with the amount of updates done to it. And I don't know enough about Canada, even though I lived so close to it at one point. But I thought it looked fine. Downtown looks beautiful. wife's friend lives in Toronto, and she loves it. What's going on here? Is that another airport? What the hell's going on there? There's what's it called? Pearson, right? And where's this Pearson? No, that's gotta be over there. Alright, well, I don't know what's going on, but clearly something's broken, so how do we fix such a thing? Well, we will, let's ask for descent. Let's ask for 2,000 and see what happens. Who are we talking to? Approach. Approach, SkyWest 510 would like to descend 2,000.
SkyWest 510, roger. Descend and maintain 2,000.
Descend and maintain 2,000, SkyWest 510. Alright, so we'll go 2,000, let's drop down. Pull back the power. You know what I think might have gotten goofy though? Because we may not have hit this. We may not have hit that. We vectored early. And I think that's what it was expecting us to fly over Ola. I can't say this. Olamo. We were supposed to fly over that, and we never did. So it's lost. We're lost. He doesn't know where we are. So we could fly forever, and we never ever would get vectors. So what we're gonna do is vector our own damn selves. We can load in this now, I suppose. Yep, wrong way. Alright. And straight, we want to be at 39,000 there. Okay. Oh, you live in Toronto. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah, I want to visit one day. This is something I wish for Flight Sim 2024 is they find a way to make this not so aggressive when they do the real photography stuff and then have the in-game AI stuff made up. Like, that's such a harsh contrast there. Oh, that's cool. You plane spot? That's awesome. Dash 8s are cool. I'm excited for when Dash 8 comes to Flight Sim here. I'm really excited about that. Yeah, maybe we can. Let's see. Request heading. Verify next fix. Let's see what it says here.
SkyWest 510, please verify name of my next fix.
SkyWest 510, I show you going direct Alamo.
Yeah, so it's, Alamo. Expecting Alamo.
Wilco, direct to Alamo, SkyWest 510.
Or are we waiting for that? I just want to power really far away. I'm not going to go back over there and do that. So we'll just switch to, approach over here. Is there approach for, no. No, we're switched over to tower. And then we'll get on final and make our landing. If we do the request to fix, it's going to bring us over to the Alamo. So that's something that it said resume your own navigation. You're clear to that place, and then resume your own navigation. But like if you're so far off, it should, I don't know, guide you better. The airport over there, right? Might as well end you. Yeah, I agree. Alright, AP's off my aircraft. I better make sure I don't fly into these skyscrapers. Or too low to them. I wonder if SI would do that. I think SI gets lost too. Alright, finally we want to be at 1,000. What the hell are you doing? I like that. Where the hell are you going? I told you this way. Where are you going? Alright, let's turn off flight director so it doesn't get me all confused. It's a bit foggy out there in the distance. Hazy, I think is the correct word I'm trying to find. Alright, flaps down 1 notch. And yaw dampers off. So I think the landing, like the approach of the Kodiak's supposed to be like 80 knots. I tend to keep it around 100. I feel more comfortable with that. I just feel like 80, I feel like I'm sinking.
500.
Charlie should be our exit on the left. Flaps 2. It's a really cool approach. Really cool airport. So now, like, I'm thinking the same thing happened with SAYINTENTIONS. I think I didn't go over where it was expecting me to, and it just lost its mind. Flaps coming up. Oh, I didn't ask for clearance or anything with it. My bad. I wonder if we ask for ground here. Let's see what happens. Let's tune to ground. And see if it knows this airport. It'll be interesting. Ground. We're on taxi with Charlie. Ground, Skywest 510. Charlie, taxiway Charlie looking to taxi to parking. I think it lost its mind. Request submitted. Request back C2 runway. I don't think it understood what I was trying to say, so now it's putting in a request to do this in the future or something. It's weird that it did the same thing to you. That it did, yeah. So I don't know. Like, I just feel like there should be similar to the "what the hell are you doing?" There should be something in there like, okay, you're going the wrong way from what I told you to go. Maybe I should check in with you. Maybe you're, you know, passed out or something. Because we are flight following, so I submitted a flight plan. I'm not on, well, I'm on course to the airport, but I'm not following where I'm supposed to go. So yeah, I think they do. I think they do collect this information. Alright, let's fire up a SAYINTENTIONS tour guide. How about that? Actually, we could probably just do it right here. Can I do a direct on here? Yeah, I can. Let's see. So, I restart this. Delete flight plan. Origin. Enter. Why doesn't it let me do it? Oops. Go away. Alright, direct to... Let's do reverse. K-I-A-G. God dang it. Go away. How do you get rid of that? Clear? Oh, I cleared the whole thing out. Son of a gun. Okay. I broke it. K-I-A-G. Okay. Enter. Enter. Okay. Let us launch up SAYINTENTIONS. I'm tired of the beeping. So let's launch up the plane. How we doing? How's fuel looking? Fuel's good. Okay. Reset our trim. Okay. Hopefully we're not going to cook the engine. Okay. That's coming up. What do we got going on with chat? Do I think the Kodiak is worth the buy? It's a fantastic aircraft. It's a fantastic aircraft. If you love like short runway, short takeoffs and landings, like this aircraft is perfect for that. You definitely have to get used to it. It's very sensitive with this pitch.
Embraer 225 Echo Mike, follow the Learjet, then hold at holding point Tango Tree.
Man, it's good to hear voices again.
Following Learjet, holding at Tango Tree.
Switching to the phone to listen to this after. Thanks for the stream. Interesting to see what the tour guide. Yeah, hey, thanks for watching the West. I appreciate it. All right, so I'm just gonna leave the title. I was gonna change the title for YouTube, but whatever. All right, tour guide time. So that little green button there means tour guide's in there.
Cessna 908 Charlie Echo taxi to holding point Bravo Tree via taxiway. Lima and Papa.
Should we do
point Bravo Tree via Lima and Papa Cessna
a
908 Charlie
SAYINTENTIONS flight? Or should we just do a tour guide?
450 Alpha Bravo holds short of taxiway Alpha, waiting for departing traffic.
We do a poll.
Holding short of taxiway Alpha, Airbus 450 Alpha Bravo.
SI, VFR, or just... Let's see, I'll just do SI, let's see. Tour guide only. Alright, let's see what the poll comes back with. So this is for us doing just a tour guide with no SI ATC. So yes to only tour, or no to flight following. Or what did I just say? Normal flight. I didn't file that sim, so this is going to be a VFR only. Yeah, I know. Tour guide only, yes to having no, if you say yes there, means it's only my tour guide and no ATC. No means ATC and tour guide. Sometimes when you talk, the words just don't come out properly. You ever have that problem? Alright, we got 4-0, so we'll go ahead and just do, we'll do SI flight as well. Alright, I guess we need ATIS, so 133, where's ATIS? 6.
Cherokee Tree 15.
6. Tudsimal 7. QNH 1016. Arriving and departing runways 248. Visual approach is in use. Advise on course heading altitude and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information Juliet.
Juliet is our
Billy
information.
Bishop, Toronto City Center Airport information Juliet.
Do we have a clearance?
1700
Don't have clearance,
Zulu.
so we have just
Wind
ground.
calm. Visibility 9er. Sky condition.
Okay, let's see what happens here. We are in Toronto. We're going to Niagara Falls. And okay. Ground. Good morning. The SkyWest 510. I'd like to go VFR to Niagara Falls International. Ready to copy. Forgot what the weather code was.
SkyWest 510, city ground cleared to Niagara Falls International as requested. On departure, maintain VFR at or below 5500 feet. Departure on 133.4. Squawk 4342.
At or below 550, so we'll go to 5,000.
Falcon 762, Foxtrot Romeo, cross runway 24, contact ground on 121.9er.
Crossing runway 24, contacting ground on 121.9er. Falcon 762, Foxtrot Romeo.
Clear to Niagara Falls IF International as requested. On departure, maintain VFR at or below 5500 feet. Departure 133.4, squawk 4342, SkyWest 510.
Continuing on Alpha, holding short of runway tree 2, King Air 145 Kilo Alpha.
SkyWest 510, read back correct, expect runway 8. Report ready for taxi.
SkyWest 510 is ready for taxi. Let's see if they have taxiways here, right? That'd be interesting. Bravo. We're seeing Alpha?
SkyWest 510, taxi to
Bravo,
runway
yeah.
8 via Bravo Alpha. Contact tower on 119.2 when ready for departure.
Runway 8 via Bravo Alpha. SkyWest 510. Bravo Alpha, that is correct. Alright, parking brake released. Throttle's up. Okay, so we gotta go around there. ActiveX says, wow, it feels so much better than I didn't want to do a video for Beyond ATC because I know I'm biased. I'm a very biased person. I'm an avid Alienware fan. I had a laptop and a computer for a very long time, and then I switched to build my own. But I do have the keyboard, the mouse, the headset, the monitor. You know, so I'm very passionate about what they do. They have mistakes, if they've been made, but I'm a very biased person. So when someone asks me, hey, what kind of keyboard you should get? Alienware. What kind of headset you get? Alienware. Whether or not there's something better, which there probably is, I'm very biased to that. So I'm also biased to SAYINTENTIONS. There's no doubt about that. It's a fantastic piece of software, and I'm just so proud of what they've done. 1182 tower,
pushback approved, contact tower when ready for taxi.
And 1334 for departure. Tower, good morning. SkyWest 510. We're at runway 8, ready for departure. Landing lights on. The people are like, I can't handle the delays. Yeah, the delays aren't fantastic. It's not awful.
SkyWest 510, City Tower, runway 8, line up and wait.
Runway 8, line up and wait, SkyWest 510. You know, the clearance one is the biggest delay of all of them. And that's to be expected, as a lot of information is providing back to you. But the rest of them aren't too bad. You know, 8 seconds, 5 to 8 seconds. Well, 8 to 10 probably. Yeah, you can definitely feel the difference in everything. In everything. We have the tour guide on, so that's going to be fun. We can hear other traffic. Well, yeah, we can hear other multiplayer traffic. We can hear the candid traffic, so that brings more immersiveness to the sim. I've been getting a lot of these line up and waits with SAYINTENTIONS. A lot more. I'll change the title of this darn thing to SAYINTENTIONS Tour Guide, just so that if other people come in, they're not expecting beyond ATC. I don't want to give false information. There's something realistic with the delay anyways. Yeah, you know, and I had said that in one of my previous videos, talking about the 2 is beyond ATC is way fast. Way fast. Too fast. SAYINTENTIONS is too slow. How long have you been streaming now for? 2 hours. Holy smokes. It's the longest stream I've done in a long time. I was expecting like an hour. Alright, come on now. We're waiting. There's no other traffic here. Let's roll. What is that in the distance? There's like a smokestack?
SkyWest 510, winds 139er at 7. Runway 08, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 08, clear for takeoff, SkyWest 510. Alright, bring up them throttles. Let's get the hell out of here. I forgot my passport, so we might have a problem. That's that squirrely little guy, aren't you? Alright, we are airborne. Yaw dampers on. Get this plane to stop being so funky. And we'll climb at 1,000. And we weren't instructed for any specific heading departure. So, we should be able to go nav. AP on. Flaps up. We'll go heading. Not that way. Oh crap. Other way, please. Sorry, people downtown. New pilot here. Oh yeah, those are smokestacks. I didn't see those coming in. Alright, we'll turn to the right, get on our course. Oh, that was cool. That's really cool looking. And Janet should be talking to us momentarily. I'm so excited for Flight Sim 2024.
SkyWest 510, contact departure on 133.4.
133.4, SkyWest 510. Alright, let's switch on over. Departure, SkyWest 510, 1,700, climbing 5,000.
Right below us is the Tommy Thompson Lighthouse,
SkyWest 510, Toronto approach radar contact.
City of Toronto, erected in 1973. This lighthouse isn't just a lighthouse. It's a symbol of guidance, standing tall at the outer harbor. It's named after Tommy Thompson, not to be confused with any Tom, Dick, or Harry, but a local who loved the lake more than he loved his sofa. People who enjoy a bit of peace, mixed with the eerie feeling of being watched by a tower flock here. It's a favorite among those who like to pretend they're in a horror movie, especially when the fog rolls in. Now my friend Toby, he had a bit of a shocker here once. Decided to test if the lighthouse was as soundproof as they say by singing his favorite opera tunes at the top of his lungs. Turns out it's not. The echo was so loud, it scared a flock of birds into a frenzy. And they redecorated his hair with something that definitely wasn't shell.
Good old Toby. Good old Toby. Okay, let's see. Let's do... I need to set up a button for the intercom. Or how's it go? Push to talk. That. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Intercom, push to talk, mouse. If I remember this. Janet, what's a funny story you can tell me about Toronto? I forgot I also have low connected to the button I used, so. Let's see if she comes back with something.
KLM 945 cleared for the visual approach runway 9er report 3 mile final.
Wait, right.
Cleared visual 9er will report 3 mile final KLM 945.
10-1 in the system. Okay. And GPS connected.
Delta 5128, good evening.
I don't think she heard me. Janet, can you tell me information about Toronto?
5128 requesting higher.
I think that's how it works, right? You can just push the talk button for the intercom. That's good questions. I think Janet talks every like 8 to 10 minutes. So I haven't really messed with a tour guide very much.
Ah, Toronto. A city that's as confusing as trying to understand quantum physics in a language you don't speak. Founded way back in 1834. which is quite old,
Air Canada
but not as old
763,
as the
reduce speed
idea
to
of eating
200
vegetables.
knots. Contact tower on
Toronto is known for its
118.7.
towering skyline, which includes the CN Tower. This needle-like structure was once the tallest in the world. A title it held proudly until it was overtaken by other things that are also very tall. The CN Tower, standing at a staggering height of 553.3 meters, was completed in 1976, presumably because they had nothing better to do at the time. It's a favorite spot for tourists who enjoy heights, and for locals who run out of better date ideas. My friend Toby once tried to propose to his girlfriend at the top, but dropped the ring off the edge. It's still falling as far as we know, as we glide smoothly through the air, much like a paper airplane with a bent
Skywest
nose.
510 altitude
Remember that below us is a city filled with history,
VFR altitude.
culture, and the occasional dropped engagement ring. Keep up the good work, pilot, and perhaps one day you'll navigate Toronto streets as well as you handle this aircraft.
That's fantastic. Yeah, the chatter is so nice. It really helps with the immersion. It really does. Even the candid stuff, like it just helps so much. VFR restriction cancel, maintain... Wow, what now? Oh, altitude restrictions cancel. Okay. I was wondering what was going to happen, because I did two different, or is it three? I don't remember. I've done a handful of different tour guide ones. But I've always done without ATC. I've always just done tour guide. So I was wondering how it's going to work out, if it's going to cut off the tour guide, put it on a pause and then resume it, or if they're going to talk over each other, and they just talk over each other, which is fine. Alright, so we're getting close to Niagara Falls. 28 right is our expected runway. Should be hanging right to get there. We should be getting... Let's see, how should we do this actually? Because we're on the border. We'll be fine actually. Niagara Falls is like right on the borderline of Toronto Tower. And what's the other frequency? Cleveland Center. Would be fun to get Janet to give tour guides on the boring places. Yeah, I think the tour guides are really cool. I thought you were able to talk to it though. I'm confused to why that's not working. I thought you were able to ask questions. Maybe it's conflicting. Well, it shouldn't conflict with the button inside. Like I hit the button and it's going through. In the pole. For those who have not tried SAYINTENTIONS, there is a free trial. 100% free trial, 24 hours, any place you like, any aircraft you like, any flights
Now,
you
this
like.
isn't a tale about any old button, but rather the sort of button that doesn't exist on our dashboard. It's more of a metaphor, really, for those moments when you wish you could just pause the world and take a breath. But since we're soaring through the skies and not dabbling in philosophy, let's focus on what's below us, shall we? Directly beneath us, or rather a bit ahead, since we're moving rather swiftly at 145 knots, is the battlefield of Fort George. This historic site, dating back to the early 19th century, was a pivotal scene during the War of 1812. It's where British and Canadian forces clashed with the Americans in a bid to decide who got to enjoy the lovely views of Niagara without a visa. Today, it's a place where history buffs can wander around and ponder on what might have been if everyone had just decided to play a game of cricket instead. And speaking of cricket,
Oh boy,
my
Toby.
friend Toby once tried to organize a cricket match right there on the battlefield. Picture it. Historical reenactors in full military regalia trying to bat and bowl while maintaining their stiff upper lip. Unfortunately, Toby forgot to consider the practicalities of playing cricket in military boots and corsets. The game ended abruptly when the sergeant playing wicketkeeper fainted from tight lacing. A historic day indeed, but perhaps for the wrong reason.
Oh boy. Toronto Center, SkyWest 510. We're at flight level. Sorry, we're at altitude of 5,000. If you do want to get $5 off SAYINTENTIONS monthly subscription, you can use my screen name, Lexerio. It's a promo code.
SkyWest 510, Toronto Center, good evening. Niagara on the Lake, QNH 3003.
They have been generous to give people who want $5 off the first month a discount, and I think that's really cool, really nice of them. So feel free to type in that next time you need to, or if you think about subscribing, use my screen name Lexterio for that $5 off. All right, 2.5 is, or sorry, 2.8 right. So let's go program. Let's go to visual 2.8 right. Well, that was a departure. I wonder what their arrival's going to be. But we'll put this in here, see what happens. 17.
SkyWest 510, Toronto Center, contact Niagara Falls Tower on 118.5.
So wondering when they're going to do that. 118.5, SkyWest 510, good day. 1185. Niagara Falls Tower, SkyWest 510. We are 12 nautical miles northeast of the airport at 5,000.
SkyWest 510, Niagara Tower, enter left downwind for runway 6.
Left downwind, runway 6, SkyWest 510. Alright, runway 6s are going to be our arrival instead. So, let's go into here and approach the 6, straight, and activate. Even better, huh? 1847 at straight. Alright, so let's put in 18, and Janet should have another story coming up. I wonder if she'll have something about the dam. 18, and we can start making our descent down. Bring back the throttle. And there's the dam, right? Yeah, right there. I think I have an add-on for that.
Continuing descent 7500, will report field insight. Spartan 617.
There has to be some sort of altitude restriction in this area.
Skyhawk 542 Alpha X-ray, turn right, heading 240, contact departure. Right to 240, contacting departure, Skyhawk 542 Alpha X-ray.
Final at
Diamond Tree
14.
71 Bravo, Charlie traffic is a Cessna on a 2-mile final caution wake turbulence.
Acknowledge Diamond Tree 71 Bravo Charlie.
Okay, all looks good there. It's fun doing these GA flights again. I don't do these enough anymore. Tour guides definitely have made it much more interesting. Alright, on landing, runway 6. Exit right.
Sky West 510, winds 265 at 9er, runway 6 cleared to land.
Runway 6 clear to land, Skywest 510. Well, this ran really, really smoothly. We got a clearance to land. We're navigated to runway, or left downwind runway 6. Yeah, this is really, really nice. Wait, what was the question I asked earlier to be on ATC? It was like the weather. What's the weather in whatever? Let's see if I can ask the same thing, Billy Bishop. Let's see. Okay, let's try that. Niagara Tower, are you able to provide the weather in Billy Bishop, Toronto City? Skywest 510. It's thinking about it. It's thinking about it.
Sky West 510, refer to AYDIS or flight services.
Okay, so it wants us to talk to ATIS. But it knew what I was looking for it to do, right? It knew the information I was trying to gather from it. Whereas, beyond ATC, what did it say? I don't know what you're trying to say or whatever. What if I ask the length of runway 6? Niagara Tower, what's the runway length of runway 6 here in Niagara Falls International? Skywest 510. Alright, autopilot off. Flaps down. Right on the glide slope.
Sky West 510, runway 6 is 9er 829er long.
That's cool. And sure what the charts say 5188. I don't know if there's a differences there. What the differences is. But that's cool. It has information. See, that's stuff you can't do with beyond ATC.
500.
That's the
Just off to our
scripted
1
difference.
o'clock, about a mile away, you'll see the buffalo statue. A riveting piece of art, if you're into that sort of thing. It's not just any buffalo. It's a statue, which means it doesn't move, making it considerably easier to photograph than the real thing. Erected at some point by someone who presumably liked buffaloes or statues, or both. It stands as a testament to the enduring human fascination with large, herbivorous mammals
Descend and
and
maintain
heavy objects that
2900.
don't do much. People who enjoy this site are usually those who appreciate art that doesn't require too much thought, or tourists who haven't seen a real buffalo. It's a popular spot for taking pictures that will later be described to friends as educational.
November 6-4,
Speaking of
Foxtrot Alpha 2,
educational,
hold short
my
of
friend
runway
Toby
30
once tried
traffic
to
on
impress
final.
Jake by claiming he could
Holding short
communicate
of
with
runway
the statue.
30
He
Bonanza,
spent an
November
hour
6-4,
mooing at it before
Foxtrot Alpha 2.
realizing it was not, in fact, a real buffalo. His
617
date
traffic
was
at your
not
12 o'clock
impressed.
4 miles. Same altitude type unknown.
Toby stories. Alright, let's see what's going to happen here. We're going to exit Delta, and we're going to ask for the FBO, or sorry, we're going to ask for the general aviation parking, which is just off Delta and Juliet.
Sky West 510, welcome to Niagara. Contact ground on 125.3.
125.3, SkyWest 510. Niagara Ground, SkyWest 510, taxi with Delta 2. Would like to taxi to general aviation parking. Zero cockpit rules.
SkyWest 510, Niagara Ground taxi to general aviation parking at your discretion. Good day.
Okay, so it doesn't know taxis here, it looks like. Not surprising. That's one of the I think between Beyond ATC and SAYINTENTIONS, the taxiways seem to be definitely better in Beyond ATC as of this moment. Once the crowdsourcing project kicks in with SAYINTENTIONS, that's where things are going to really change. Really change. Well, I'm going to end the stream here. That's, what, 3 flights? 3 or 4 flights, I can't remember how many I did now. But I do appreciate everyone watching. Really do. Might do some more throughout the week here. I'm not sure. Well, probably more Beyond ATC ones. Just because I want to showcase that for people who haven't bought it, and I also want to showcase SAYINTENTIONS as well. But if you haven't checked out some of my videos on YouTube, I do have plenty of SAYINTENTION videos on there. Plenty. I have departures, I have arrivals. And then I do have now 2 videos for Beyond ATC. One is comparing the two in terms of the audio, and the other one is the full flight, my first full flight in Beyond ATC. So I do appreciate you watching. As always, give me that thumbs up, and we'll see you for the next video or stream. Take care, everyone.